You know what it is? 493. Knowledge is love, just flying in like a dove or soaring like an eagle, not like Benny Siegel. The cheesesteaks from Philly, but I spit it so illy. I want you to know this is off the top of the tilly, or really the tizzy. E-complete gets busy. You can call me E-compleasy. Never spit it sleazy. I rhyme more than greasy. Who will feed thee? Not me, I'm not the USA. Governmental lyrics, and you know I don't play. Dispense the poetry, and I do it easily. You know what's up? It's getting ready for Virgo season. Virgo in all 12 houses. I rhyme for a reason. Mercury and Virgo, ergo I go. So let go my ego. You know I will therefore be deeper than most to know. This is potent poetry. I possess it, yo. Inside the pen, it's inside the lead. That's right, you know, off the top is the dread. But these are just locks, and I rock the block. I used to go to school at Maryland on the Knox box. Yes, the brothers you see, we used to have the illest parties off campus, B. The ampest one that gets it done. I used to rhyme with cannabis, and we would run the show, son. WMUC, the muck duck. Don't you understand? You know you're out of luck. Just press your luck because my fortune got wheels, and you really need to understand the deal. Guess what? Star signs and rhyme lines. The book is out, greatest of all time. You know that's how you have to see. Wifey and I just brought it out for y'all, B, and we got astrology cards. They just came from God. So inside the palm of your hand, you can never feel odd. Be a little peculiar and different, you know, because astrology is in the Bible, bro. With the cards in your hand, you will know the whole plan. The map of your life is just wrapped in saran. Remembrance of your soul, you know. There go. And we end the show. We end the rhyme. We start the show. And now it's time for me to end the flow. Knowledge. Oh, that track just fades real quick. Oh, coming back? Nah, we're not doing that again. How you guys feeling? How you doing? You know what it is. Big E Astrology, G. Episode 493, right? 7 and 9, 16. Bring it down to a 7, a spiritual day in a spiritual way. My chart ruler is Mars, so the kid don't play. Oh my goodness. I think that's why I like going live on Tuesdays, because that's my chart ruler, Lucy. How you guys feeling? Wifey will be here in a minute. Oh my gosh. There's a lot going on. You feeling that Scorpio moon? Squaring Jupiter and Mercury today in Leo. Mercury trining Saturn today and tomorrow. Bust the patterns, Leo season. We're getting ready to get into the cusp. Watch the astro weather, the cusp of exposure. I broke that down for you. That's starting. Virgo season starts, I think, midday on the 22nd. After Coffee Talk. And then the first full day of Virgo season will be Sunday. I'll be back live Sunday. Won't be on Thursday. Busy this week. And listen, you know what to do. Now, if you purchased the book with Cash App, somebody purchased, and I didn't get their name or address, it's CC Foundation, CC Powers. So make sure whoever that is, you email me so I can email you the cards in the book, because I don't have your email and you pay through Cash App. So you can go to BigEAstrology.com. Wifey has put it up. We just sent out a newsletter promoting everything. We got the Tribe meeting Friday night, Coffee Talk Saturday night. Friday night, the moon tracking sale ends. Y'all better take advantage of this moon tracking sale.
So much stuff going on.
Busy.
We live and breathe this stuff.
It's just a busy time. That's what happens when Jupiter's in your 10th house. You're out there shining like a diamond in the public.
So we had King Capri here.
What up, King
nice
Capri?
To see you, King. Mwah. Thank you for coming.
And thank you, my brother, for commenting on all my videos. I appreciate
Leo,
you.
Queen of Clubs.
Say what? What up, Leo, Queen of
fire
Queen?
Emoji, and she said Mercury, Mars, and Venus in Virgo.
Ooh,
and Tamara Brown.
Hey, Tamara. So what house?
Happy Tuesday to
you guys, everybody put in the chat, what house is your Virgo in your birth chart, right? You got 12 houses, because we're going to start with Virgo rising and then end with Leo. We'll go all the way around. But I guess we'll go around backwards, or actually clockwise instead of counterclockwise like astrology goes. But we're going to be breaking down Virgo. So everybody here has got Virgo somewhere. And if you're using Placidus and you don't have the Pisces Virgo access and that interceptions, I don't know what to tell you. Then maybe your Aquarius is doubled up, or maybe your Aries is doubled up, but one of them is supposed to be Pisces Virgo access. That's why I use the whole sign system. Okay. No shade on the Placidus astrologers, but when you got to do the ancient timing techniques, you got to go to the whole sign system. And I want to give you, what they was doing back in the days before astrology got modernized, right? In Alexandria, Babylon, Mesopotamia, the whole joint, ancient Kemet. So let me just kind of just set the table though, right? So it's episode 493. We're going to break down that, but Virgo, right? The chart ruler is Mercury, but Virgo is ruled by Mercury. It's at home in Mercury and exalted in Mercury. And you'll know that when you buy the astrology book and the astrology cards, star signs and rhyme lines. You want to let them know the pricing and everything on the website?
Oh my goodness. Yes. So it is up on the website.
We have a temporary pricing for pre-orders. Yeah.
We do. So right now, you can get this book. It's 1 pound, 6 ounces of knowledge. Okay?
189 pages of knowledge.
189 pages, full color.
Of yumminess.
I mean, this thing
it's
is
heavy.
So good. Honestly, I worked so hard on this book.
Yeah.
But there's so much knowledge in here. So I want to just show you real quick. There are 3 pages of the table of contents.
And people are already starting to order.
These are all of the things. That's the first 2 pages of the table of content. And
let me just say this real quick. If you want, you can
page.
do direct payment, Cash App, $BigEAstro, which 2 people already have.
So I want you guys to know, this is not like one of those things where you get a little bit of information and then, whatever. This is also not something that's cheap. I promise you, this is better quality than what you're getting at Barnes and Nobles and these types of things where you go and they have their section of workbooks and junk like that.
This is a serious workbook.
A solid, serious book. So this book is going to be priced for $29.95. It is currently through the pre-sale order $24.95.
Yes.
This card deck, upside down.
Star signs and rhyme line cards.
Maybe we need to turn off that light up there because
it's okay.
Anyways, but it's very hard because you can't see.
It's okay. They've seen it before.
Okay, but anyways, so this is $32.95, and through the pre-sale, it's going to be $27.95 together.
Right. Combo platter.
Together, normally $62.90 will be $55.55, which will save you over $7 when you buy it together. But even it is on sale
for now.
$50.55.
$50.55.
So you get both of these items,
and that includes
steal. Your shipping.
Yeah.
I really wanted to make sure that we were able to do that.
But that's just when we get the books, when we get all the copies, then we'll stop the pre-orders because we'll have everything here. There's limited copies right now, so it will go back to those original prices of $32 and $29, and then $55.55.
And I've made it a point to get really good shipping, packaging, and so forth. So your book will not come with dents or dog ears or any of that stuff. You're going to get a nicely boxed up,
and we're going to sign them,
package for you. So we really are trying to make sure that this is of the highest caliber, highest quality, and that you receive it in a good manner. So,
well, let me say this. So also, like I said, Cash App, $BigEAstro, but you must email me, eric@BigEAstrology.com. So I have your address, or PayPal as a friend to E, right, for Eric, E Taylor, Taylor, E Taylor, 765@AOL.com on PayPal as a friend. Okay, so $50.55 if you want both. It's a great deal. And I'm hoping we get the cards by Libra season, September 22nd. So around the equinox, hopefully they should be here. You know, who knows with shipping and all that. But, you know, we do have just a limited amount of early copies. We have more copies of the book, got about 18 or 19 of the book, and about 7 or 8 of the cards.
Yeah.
First come, first serve for but already we've gotten a few orders. So, you know, I would purchase it now if you want to get it early. If not, you can pre-order and save the money and just get it as soon as it comes, like the 3rd week of September.
Yeah, so we're really whether
close.
you get it on this thing here, we've got very limited stock at this moment, or you get in on pre-sale, get in while the price is lower.
Yeah,
you know, and so
we're really excited.
Evelyn is here. Hello,
hey,
hello. And Leo, Queen of Clubs, said peace. And Tamara Brown, I think I said hello to you already, but if I didn't, happy Tuesday to you as well. And then Sandra P said, I think I'm in the 5th house because I'm a Virgo moon, Gemini sun, Gemini rising.
No, Gemini rising, the Virgo's in the 4th house. That's a mutable square. So right now, like when this eclipse comes, the Uranus will be T-squaring your Pisces moon in the 10th house and your Virgo sun in the 4th house. You guys better come to Coffee Talk. This Pisces partial lunar eclipse on the 28th, early morning, 27th. It is a Yod, the finger of God. So that means Pluto and Neptune are going and pointing up to Virgo sun. You have Uranus in a mutable T-square, right, between Uranus, Virgo, and Pisces. And you also, have the lunar, it's a partial lunar eclipse because the nodes are at 29 degrees Aquarius. 4 degrees Pisces. So it's a partial, but even more so, it's going to be going across a good part of America, this Pisces lunar eclipse. And you'll see it on the West Coast, the 27th at 9:18 p.m. On the East Coast at 12:18 a.m. But I'll be teaching it, Coffee Talk. Go to BigEAstro.com. It's only $15, 75 minutes. I'm going to break it down this Saturday, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And I'm not going to be doing all 12 rising signs because it's a mini Coffee Talk. But for people who come live in attendance, right, I will be talking about your personal placements of the Pisces lunar eclipse. Okay, so you definitely want to come for this one. If you can't make it, you could pay the $15. Make sure you email me. I mean, if you do it through the website, I'll get the email automatically. But if you did it through Cash App or PayPal, make sure you email me and let me know what house you have your Pisces lunar eclipse in. All right. So it's going to be great this Saturday. Don't miss it. And Friday night, what you doing?
Friday night, I am leading our tribe meeting, and I will be teaching people how to make tinctures. I won't be able to cut everything up on camera, but I will be doing some of it on camera. I'll be showing you like the mason jars to use, the tools, the different things, what ingredients, how to do it, etc., etc. We will be making two different tinctures, fire cider, a honey-based healing thing, all the things that you need to be ready for the fall season.
Autumn and winter, and, cold and flu. We don't want to get sick.
No, we're not getting sick. I'm leery to even use the F word with this season because I don't want it. Yeah. And so, but
we're going to be healthy and strong.
All the things to pump up your immunity, and we're going to just have some fun. It's also what I really love about it is that I know things, but usually, inevitably, people come to these meetings. They know things.
Because our tribe is amazing.
We really share a lot of information, and it's just a great time to get together with like-minded people and talk.
And that's Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
And if you want to join the community, so you can, because we'll be sending out the Zoom link tomorrow. If you want to join, you can sign up either $23 a month, where you get the Coffee Talks for free. So that means even if you can't make it Saturday, you'll get that for free for $23 a month. Or $10 a month, and many discounts, or $10 a month where you just get a couple of discounts, but you get to come to the tribe meetings. But it's www.community.bigeastrology.com. And we got a lot of community members, and it is a lot of love, a lot of knowledge. And it's just, I love it. And I love the tribe members. It's really awesome. So, okay, let's get started. Everybody put your Virgo, what house you got your Virgo in. We're starting off with Virgo rising. Okay. Obviously, Virgo rising, they just finished the 18-month transit of the South Node, and they will have one more eclipse, the Virgo lunar eclipse in February 2027 on their ascendant. But for Virgo rising, we're not talking about with any planets, but if you have planets in your Virgo houses, like our friend Leo Queen said, but she got to tell me what house, we can talk about it a little. But Virgo in the first house, you are, the chart ruler's Mercury, but you are very focused on your details. You're very, can be nitpicky. The thing you must do is retire from negative self-talk. When I created that, I was really starting off saying this for Virgos before everybody else. Virgos are the most self-critical sign. They destroy themselves 1,000 times before they get on anybody else. And, people think, oh, Virgos are so critical and nitpicky and this and that. A Virgo will only point things out to you because they care about you, because they see what's not working for you, and then they want to help you and assist you to fix it. So that's really Virgo's love language, right? Because Virgo is always about service and helping people, right? Because nobody has that discernment and sees and analyzes things like a Virgo. That's Virgo's superpower, the weed and the medicine. They're about service to humanity and the collective, okay? Virgo risings, like Kevin Hart, LL Cool J, Will Ferrell, Jay-Z, but they can be very tough on themselves. And the one issue they deal with is the perfectionist, right? You got to leave that for God, source, creator. No man is perfect. We all make mistakes. So that's a big assignment for Virgo risings, that first house. Sometimes, that's the upper jaw to the crown chakra. Virgo risings sometimes can, early in childhood, be colicky or have issues with their digestion or stomach. Very sensitive stomachs. We went with that with our Gemini. He's a Virgo rising, quite literally. And we had to get craniosacral work on him, and it totally lifted his digestive tract. And, then mom and baby were able to sleep. What was it, after 6 months? The first 6 months were torture. Yeah.
He needed something in his mouth all the time. And since he was nursing, that was basically me. Yeah.
And I used to have to wrestle him down for a nap take a nap. Hold him real tight. It was great just to give her a break. It was challenging, but once we did two sessions.
We did 2 sessions. Yes. It was amazing. To go from 6 months of all this crying and sickness and stomach hurting and all that stuff to 2 sessions, and your child stops crying. It's really an amazing thing.
Yeah, no, it was a gift and a blessing. It was our next door neighbor, her daughter, who was into that. And when we went back to New York this summer, we saw her, but we didn't see the daughter, but we saw our next door neighbor. And so that was actually really kind of cool. So, but just remember, Virgo risings, you are about to deal with this eclipse, in your 7th house. So you got to get ready for that. And even that Yod, that finger of God with Pluto and Neptune pointing up at your ascendant 4 degrees, that's also connected to Uranus and also Cancer, right? Remember Barbeau's basket, the cosmic womb, the connection to Gaia, Mother Earth. There's no separation between, right, the aliens, us, and Earth, and Gaia, Mother Earth, nature, right? So this is really Pluto and Neptune pointing at the Virgo sun in 4 degrees. This is an intense Pisces lunar eclipse. So I hope I see you Saturday. So let's go to Libra risings. Any Libra risings here with Virgo in the 12th house? Let me know in the chizzy, right? Let me know in the chat. So when you have Virgo in the 12th house, okay, number one, your hidden talent is, and just so you know, I'm sorry, the first house is your aura. Remember, during the pandemic, 6 feet apart, that's the auric field. Your physical appearance, your outer mass. Virgo risings tend to have a angular or, very angled face. They sometimes can have those piercing eyes, like they're looking through you. Not the same way Scorpio risings, Capricorn, and Pisces risings. This is more like they're almost squinting. You'll notice that with Gemini and Virgo risings, their eyes sometimes, but you feel like they're kind of probing you and looking really detailed. So the Libra risings with the Virgo in the 12th house, this is the bedroom, bed pleasures, sleeping, sex. subconscious, unconscious mind, dreams, foreign lands, import, export, the isolated places, right? Jails, prisons, hospitals, psych ward, ashrams, monasteries, spiritual retreats, the spiritual realm. It's very nebulous. It's your feet and your toes, the 12th house, right? That first house, upper jaw to the crown, right? So with Virgo in the 12th, though, you can do a lot of writing in the bedroom. Do not eat in the bedroom. But you can be of service to people in those places.
Thank you, Evelyn.
Thanks, Ev. What she do?
She helped me. I've been like putting all these things up on the website, and my website was not having the right prices for the books.
Okay.
We would have been having to disappoint folks. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. See, that's what I love about my people.
Thank you, Ev.
Help me. Thank you. Thank you. It takes a village or a tribe.
Now, what was your Pisces Mercury doing messing up on the website?
Well, when you're making a variant product and you're putting different options,
it's tricky. Yeah.
I was putting the pricing in, but I wasn't hooking it to. There's just a lot. I missed a step basically, and whatever. So now
that can happen.
Now I went back and I updated the step.
Well,
thank you,
Ev. Ev is the best.
Yeah,
Ev has always got our back.
She does, and I'm so thankful for that. And when I thank you. That's it. I'm just thankful.
So,
we have some good folks.
But that's the thing with the Virgo in the 12th house. They can join like Peace Corps, Job Corps, things like that, be of service, be big into donating. They can work in hospitals, great nurses, doctors, things like that. Be a warden in a prison or correctional officer. Okay. You don't want a Virgo CO. They could be kind of tough, right? But depending on what planets you have here, remember the 12th house is the hidden talent. So Virgo's hidden talent is how they can be of service to the collective and how they can analyze and assess, right? Very good at accounting, sometimes math, astrology. Did you guys know in ancient days, astrology, it wasn't so much like Scorpio, Aquarius, Pisces. It was more Gemini, Mercury, because the astrologers, when you had to calculate, sometimes these accents and voices come out of me. I don't know where they're from. Longitude and latitude, that's a Mercury thing. So, there were a lot of Gemini, Virgo astrologers. You had to really, do those calculations. So, still you can have a lot of Gemini and Virgo astrologers. My friend Laura Bruno's been on podcast. She's a Gemini astrologer. I'm a Virgo. But, you can definitely see astrology in multiple places now. But that was just a big thing back in the days. So, anybody, let me know if you guys have it.
So Tamara said she's a Virgo in the 3rd house. Okay. No planets there.
Okay.
No planets in Leo, the 2nd also. Jupiter in Aquarius, 8th house, for 1 degree, 7.
So you're going through the Jupiter 7 minutes. Jupiter opposition right now because Jupiter's in your 2nd house. That's this could be a year tomorrow. You make a lot of money, and you have to communicate and teach.
And she said, congratulations on our book and celebration.
Thank you, Tamara. Thank you so much, my friend. It feels
really, really good. And what's so cool
People
about
are excited,
it is that I'm really proud of this. And I know that this is something that
people will love and could help them.
It's different in the market. I know that it's really good. Like, this book is going to be like, I just need the right people to get. I just need to align with the right folks. This book is going to be big.
Huge.
And you guys can all say you were here with me. You watched and you were like rooting me on, and I needed that. And we needed it. We needed it. And you were here with us. So thank you guys. Sandra P said, okay, E Taylor, what for PayPal? So it's E Taylor 765.
E Taylor, right? I sent you the email. E Taylor 765 at AOL.com.
Yes.
Check your email. I sent you everything.
So should I put that in the chat?
Sure. Yeah. If they want to do PayPal as a friend.
Yes. PayPal is a friend, folks.
But, type that in.
Be our friend.
Yeah.
Don't not
be because then it takes out money and we're already giving out a discount. So then I'll have to ask you to send more money back because it's $50.55 for both. But that means you got to do PayPal as a friend.
And understand that while, yes, we did order from overseas and that makes it cheaper than it would be if we printed here, these were not inexpensive books and they we chose higher quality and higher grade, because we could have downplayed in a lot of different areas and just made
I didn't
different
want that at
caliber
all.
of
We
book.
wanted quality,
But we really wanted to bring something of true
substance.
value and substance.
This
and
book,
quality.
I could break your nose with this book. It's heavy.
Yay!
No, I wouldn't do that though.
Evelyn ordered.
Yay,
Thank
Ev.
you. Yeah, Evelyn. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm so excited.
Um,
So let's get to the Scorpio rising.
Oh wait, let me see something real here. So Tamara says she's Pisces sun, 9th house.
Okay.
Oh, it's Pisces sun.
Yeah.
And let's see. Leo said Virgo rising here. Leo sun, 8:14. So is that 8 degrees 14 minutes?
Yeah, you know that. Stop asking like it's a question.
Or is it Leo the birthday, 8:14?
Oh, well, that could be.
And our boys are 8:14.
Yeah, let us know.
So which one is it?
Which one is? That's a
our
good point.
Our twins were born on August 14th.
We just had their birthday.
We did. So happy birthday.
Okay, so
if that's
Virgo rising, did that really describe you? Did you have any digestive issues growing up? Do you feel that pressure to be self-critical and a perfectionist? Virgo risings put a lot of pressure on themselves. But remember, no matter what your sun and moon are, the ascendant, when you walk into the room, they see and feel that energy and vibration of the Virgo. So Scorpio rising is Virgo in the 11th house. When you have Virgo in the 11th house, that's me. I got the crazy Virgo stellium. This Pisces lunar eclipse is going to be hitting me something wild. I'm going to be good, but it's going to be interesting. Okay. Say a prayer for your boy. But, what's really interesting for Scorpio risings, this is where they can be very much of service to their friends. What's the 11th house? Your social network, groups, organizations, your older sibling, your father's siblings. The 11th house is gold. It's long-term investments. It's the actual politicians, presidente, vice president, Congress, Senate, right? All the people that should be out of here. Makes me think about that KRS-One song, Out of Here. And the 11th house is, the overall internet. I think of it as long form, right? Because it's long-term investments. It's the arenas. So think of the 11th house, the 3rd house, social media like X, IG, TikTok. The 11th house is more like YouTube, Facebook, more for the grown folks, the long form content. In the 11th house, you can see nonprofits, philanthropic, environmental work. Wild exotic animals, like don't buy an ostrich. They would destroy your carpet because when they pee, it's kind of crazy. We've been to the ostrich farm, so I know this. Okay, but I would never buy an ostrich. I do want a penguin and a polar bear though, and I've wanted that since I was a child. I love penguins. She'll tell you, I would have a penguin in a minute. When you have Virgo in the 11th house, though, you are very connected to community. You can, be someone who's of service to friend groups and organizations. Really be someone that networks with friends, but more, maybe sometimes it's through mental. You can be of service as a politician. So Scorpio risings can get into politics. But that would be hard for them because they tend to be truth speakers and you can't speak the truth in politics, which is why I never got into it. But, when you have Virgo in the 11th house, you definitely can get involved in like having a knowledge is love tribe community over the internet, right? But being of service to people over the internet, doing astrology readings like me, or with my Mars Virgo, right? Sports radio over the internet, analyzing and assessing sports, right? So it depends on the planets you have there, but just to give you that example, okay? But, Virgo in the 11th house, and they can definitely, be nitpicky or critical of friends, groups, or older siblings. But you could also have stepchildren. 11th house of stepchildren. And so peep this, my stepson, but he's mine. He's changed his last name to Taylor. Lana's firstborn, Virgo, 11th house stepson. My oldest son is a Virgo. There are no accidents. You see how God works? And his 4th house of home is Virgo. Can't make that up. So it's really powerful. Like when I first started to learn astrology and saw that in the charts, I went running to tell her. I was like, oh my God, the 11th house is stepsons and Elijah's a Virgo and I have my 11th house of Virgo. Like that's crazy. You can't make that up. So, that's really cool. So maybe Scorpio risings, you have a Virgo stepson. and it was a real do-over for me because I actually had a Virgo stepfather, and that didn't work out so good. But I got to be the Virgo stepfather and kind of heal that and break generational curses. Capiche? Kind of deep, right? So let's get to the Sag rising. Okay. It's my mother-in-law. Sag rising, you have Virgo in the 10th house. So you can really, part of your legacy, reputation, public image, the midheaven could be here, but it could be in the 11th house like mine. It could be in the 9th. And whenever the midheaven, that energetic point of how people see you for your career, if it's in the 9th, 8th, 9th, 11th, or 12th, you merge it with the 10th house, because the 10th house is always the workplace, work environment. It's always your legacy, public image, the government, the relationship with your father. Oh, I know so-and-so. I know, Lauren and da-da-da. Well, so my mother-in-law was a nurse for years, right? She worked in nursing. And then she did Habitat for Humanity too. So that's very Virgo 10th house for Sag rising, right? Being of service to help others. So you see how that can be extremely literal. It's really fascinating. Sag risings, they definitely show up in public, to analyze and assess and be of service to others. So that's something. And they can also be big in like financial advising or planning or accounting, things like that. I don't know if we have anybody here with Virgo in the 10th. Any Sag risings in the house? Let me know. So let's check into the chat, see if we've, talked about anybody so far from Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag risings.
So let's see. We have Phoenix is here.
Hey, Phoenix.
And she's wishing us a grand evening, not just us, but everybody. Aww. Thank you. And she says she's in Aries rising with a Pluto North node in Virgo in the 6th house.
Oh,
happy birthday to the twins. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes,
they
I know.
Such a lovely
that
day.
Aries rising, I love it, Phoenix. So that Virgo 6th house, we'll get there and we'll talk about that. Okay.
And then let's see. Evelyn placed her order. Yeah. And we will get it out tomorrow to
Thank you, Ed.
Where to order the book and cards? Are there any left? Yes. You can go to our website or
BigEAstrology.com or directly Cash App.
$,
BigEAstro, or PayPal's a friend, and it's in the chat. eTaylor765@AOL.com.
Here, let me put the Cash App and the other things. So if you do that, then we don't have to pay fees. Yeah, we don't have to pay fees. So wait, let's see. Cash App is
$, BigEAstro. BigEAstro. But no matter what, make sure you email me. We need your address.
PayPal. Yes, it's very important. PayPal.
Eric at BigEAstrology.com. Okay. And the PayPal is ETAYLOR765@AOL.com.
Yeah. So PayPal on the website, there is a little form for you to fill out.
Yeah, with the address.
And that'll go through Stripe. So if you need to use a credit card or whatever, that'll go through Stripe. But if
I like to give you multiple options.
If you're paying with a debit card, like we would really love if you would just pay us through either Cash App or PayPal, because then we don't have to incur any fees. Through the website, we have it with Stripe and we incur fees, which is fine. But and I'm thankful for the fees because they allow us to be able to do the things we're doing.
Yeah.
Let's see now. Evelyn, Virgo in the 3rd and the Sun in the 6th house. Which do I come across as a Virgo at times?
No, wait. Who said Virgo?
This is Evelyn.
Yeah, Virgo in the 3rd
and Sun in the 6th house. Which I do come across as a Virgo. I'm sorry. I
because the association with the 6th house, but you got the Sag Sun in the 6th. Yeah, we'll talk more about that when we get to your 3rd house. But that's the thing though, right? The Sag Sun in the 6th, you are definitely someone that's of service to humanity. You
definitely are.
But also teaching,
do a lot for people.
Right? When you teach the swimming.
And we're here when you're ready to.
And you're really a teacher, right? You taught at the school. That's the Sun, Sagittarius 6th house. Yeah? That makes a lot of sense. So, okay. So we did Sag rising. Any Cap risings here? Virgo in the 9th? Wait, is there more comments?
Well, I just wanted to say Phoenix asked a really good question. It's basic, but it's
Okay.
really good. What made you get into astrology and become an astrologer?
Wow, Phoenix. Yeah. Well, it's kind of in my bio a little bit on the website. To be honest with you, I've always loved astrology. Growing up, I would get the daily news in the New York Post every day. Of course, I'd go to the sports section first. You know, I'm a sporty. Um, but then I'd go and read the zodiac signs. Growing up, I knew that I was a Virgo. My sister was a Libra. My dad was an Aries. My mom was a Taurus. And I kind of knew about like the basics of astrology very early on. And I really would read the horoscopes. I was a pretty avid reader as a kid, especially the newspapers, because I memorized. I was that sports nerd. Like I was that savant kid, Scorpio rising, Capricorn third house. Adults would come to me to learn about the stats. So I knew the stats of every football, baseball, basketball player. But then I really started to master, but just the sun sign astrology. Had no idea that there was a full chart, anything like that. But one of my mother's friends, she knew some things about astrology and had told her different things about me at one point, Margaret. You know, and so she had mentioned a couple of things. So she had, I don't know if she had looked at my chart or something, but, you know, so I was around it a little bit. And then my dad had that big Aries thing back there. So like I kind of just, it was just in me. But so as the years went on, I really became a master, but just the sun sign astrology. And then in 1999, when I was a professional actor, I went out to Los Angeles, California, hanging out with my homeboy. Then I spent time with my half sister, London, RIP, my Taurus. I lost a lot of Tauruses. And I became a born again Christian and got saved at her church at Bible Enrichment Fellowship. Pastor Beverly Bam Crawford, amazing pastor and woman. And so then I kind of, you know, I was on fire for the Lord and, you know, oh my God, this and that. So I threw away my big astrology book and I forget the name of it. It was like the astrology Bible. It basically would show you the deacons. So when I read mine, I was born the week of the Enigma. That's Virgo 2, the Virgo Capricorn cusp from the 3rd to the 11th, right? And that's the, not cusp, but the Virgo Capricorn deacon. And when I read it, it broke me down so detailed. I was looking around like, is there a camera in here? Like, who knows who I am in my life? Like, it literally freaked me out. I still remember that moment. Like, it was like so funny because I was like, how do they know this? And then I started looking at different things. Like Virgo 2 was good with the Pisces 1 for relationships or marriage, which I married a Pisces 1 because she's the Pisces deacon. Oh, it's good for work with a, you know, Capricorn 3. And it breaks down every category. This book was incredible. And what led me back to it, and never, even as a Christian, like I just didn't, it didn't resonate to me that it was evil or sin. But, you know, I definitely stepped away for a few years. But then I started to come back. And then what happened was my Uranus opposition. When Uranus was in Aries, our twins were born. But as she was pregnant with the twins, I got sick with valley fever. But just like the millennials are going through now with Uranus and Gemini opposing Uranus and Sag, I went through Uranus Aries in my 6th house of health, work, and daily routine, opposing my Uranus and Libra. And what happens with Uranus is the midlife crisis. It's, you know, your soul seeking freedom and liberation, breaking the social norms and fracturing the structures. When you go through the opposition, it's trying to align you with who you are on a soul level. And it will do whatever it needs to do. Uranus is chaos, it's unpredictable, it's sudden events, it's downloads. And so what happened was Western medicine failed me with the valley fever. And I'm getting sicker and sicker. So sick, I couldn't work out the house. I had to take 2 Percocet ice and heat just to get out of the bed each morning. I was doing my sports radio show, fighting through all this pain. It was so hard to even hold the babies and feed them with the bottle. I mean, I was just getting crazy sick. And I told Alana, I said, I got to figure out something. And I intuitively knew, because I was like relationship coaching, but they had all these life coaching. This is back, if you remember, 2014, 2015. Everybody and their mama wanted to be a life coach. But they had all these certifications and you know, I'm very intuitive. That Virgo stuff is strong. And I was just like, I don't need some certification. Like, this stuff is so gazy. I was, you know, reading and researching and called some places, but I was like, how are they going to tell me stuff and I'm not even impressed by them? Like, if you want to learn from somebody, somebody's got knowledge more than you, right? And so then I'm searching through YouTube, I'm reading books, I'm taking workshops. But then I told Alana, I started to find out about medical astrology because I was so sick. And I told Alana, I said, baby, I think I'm going to take an astrology class. I found this woman. She's a Virgo. And then I started to look up my chart, right? She was a Scorpio rising and a Virgo sun, just like me. And I've had her on the show. She broke down medical astrology explained, Heather Elam. So that's who I finally took my astrology class with. And when I tell you, I did have some fear because of my, poor vision, being legally blind. I was like, oh, am I going to be able to read charts and see all the different lines? And, I can see color, but it's just very hard on the chart and all the lines. And I was like, I was a little nervous and overwhelmed. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I told the teacher, she was very supportive and helpful and made some accommodations for me and this and that. But she was just like, oh, anytime you need help, just let me know. We started taking the class, and I think it was like week 2 of the class. I volunteered my chart because I told her like what happened to me. And in my chart, not in my mother's or my sister's chart, but in my chart, you can literally see the description of my father's murder when I was 6 years old. And when she broke that down in front of the class, it was like 13 people in Indonesia, Canada, all over the world. You could hear like a pin drop. People were like, excuse me, my throat's been bothering me today. People were like gasping. Can you turn that more on you a little bit? Mm-hmm. People were like gasping, like, and I said, it's okay, guys. This is my life and my chart. And I told Heather, and they couldn't believe it. But like it literally described the story of my father's murder. And after that, like there was no more going back. There was no more questioning. I was hooked. The way she broke it down and the meanings, and I'm like getting what she's saying. And then it was full steam ahead. I studied and read and studied and books and research and videos in the class and did all my homework. I was the best student ever. And when I tell you it poured into my brain, I realized that I had been doing this for multiple past lives. And then when I got Akashic Records readings with Debbie Solaris and Rebecca Vidanoff, it was in my Akashic Records that I was working on. I didn't just know astrology, and I did it in Atlantis, Lemuria, but I was part of formulating the constellations and the zodiac and the Lyra and Vega. I went to Orion, I went to Sirius, you know what I mean? So that starseed energy, and I've been connected to astrology for millennia. And so for me, that made more sense because as quickly as I picked it up and learned it, it did not logically make sense. Especially with my visual impairment, yeah.
Can I add a couple things to it? Of course. Yeah. So one thing I will say, when he began to really study astrology, it was uncanny how quickly he picked up stuff. Like he went from, I can't remember if you did Heather Elam before or after you did the classes at the astrology store that I would drive you to in Glendale. But he started out, and I would drive him to this bookstore in Phoenix.
They would have workshops,
actually, and they would have workshops, and I would take him there and
get him situated. Hours and learn, yeah.
And he would go in, and he'd be like the new kid on the block, and he felt insecure, and he was like, "Oh, I don't know." And he went from being somebody who didn't know anything to within, like, by the second meeting, he was like sharing everything, and people in the class were like, how did you know this? So my point in sharing that is it is very much his calling. He is walking in what he was brought to this earth to do, at least in part. I also want to say that what I find really amazing about his story is that he had walked away from it, as he mentioned, when he became a Christian. Yeah. And this is not to put down Christians, because I believe in Christ. I definitely came up that way. But so much of the traditional Christian church here in the United States runs off of, and maybe probably the world, runs off of fear. God is not fear. And it's interesting because even the Bible talks about the fact that
God is love.
Is the absence of fear. Yeah. But anyways, so he let fear have him put it down. And when we had moved out here to Arizona, the purpose of our moving was for him to get back into his creative ventures. He is a SAG actor. He had had 2 albums out by that time, an MC, very, very good at what he did. But he was working so hard in like he was a teacher and doing all of that, working so hard, he had lost track of that creativity. And so we had made the decision that we were going to move out here and give him time to do that, which I was hoping would help him to find that thing that he loved. I was planning on going into real estate because it was something in my background. And that's when the illnesses hit. Yeah. First, well, his mother got sick. Then he got really sick. And that was the one that really crippled. And it was almost as if that illness.
But I had a bunch of surgeries prior to that.
Yes. So, yeah. But I will say this, his illness is what made him have to stop
and be still.
Yeah. And that is when he got back onto his path of astrology. And sometimes God has to knock us around and take us off of what we think our path
Think
is.
About Uranus, Aries, 6th house. I literally could not move out of the house to work.
And
outside of the house.
I can do it. You know, can I do it, please?
No, I gotta.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it was crazy.
So, you know, he had to be knocked and made still. And that's another scripture in the Bible. In my stillness, you will find me, you know, in stillness.
And think about Aries, right? Aries is not still, and then Uranus is not still. But 6th house, work, daily routine, health, sicknesses, illnesses, hygiene.
And so basically, guys, don't go through it the hard way like we did, because
get ready for your Uranus opposition. Yeah,
he got sick in 2012 or 2013 when I was carrying the babies. Yeah.
Uranus,
very, very sick. He has been dealing with a lot of health issues. So many
almost
surgeries,
died in 2021. 13
sort of
surgeries.
You know, so we don't need to go through all of that. Go
it's behind me. Yeah.
Easier. You know what I mean?
But we got to honor Saturn. We got to honor Uranus. The Uranus opposition is no joke. So that's the long story real quick, you know, kind of not so quick, but kind of quick. But yeah, astrology is definitely something that I've been connected to for a very long time. So Capricorn risings. Virgo in the 9th house. Any Cap risings in the hizzy? So Virgo in the 9th house, you could be of service through your, you know, higher education. Teacher, preacher, professor, master's, PhD, become the guru shaman, right? This is the law. You can get into some sort of like real estate or financial law, publishing. But with Virgo in the 9th house too, you may like spicy food and food from different cultures, but it may not agree with the tum-tum. Remember, the 9th house is hips, thighs, and liver. So with the earth sign there, you definitely want to spend time going for walks in nature, Cap risings. But you could be someone that is very critical of your father's teachings. Maybe dad's a Buddhist and you're like, nah, I want to be a Hindu. Maybe dad is a pastor or a Baptist preacher, Pentecostal, and you're like, nah, I want to be a Muslim. You know what I mean? So you can see how the Virgo for Cap risings, Virgo in the 9th house. But let me just peep game on this. The twins are Cap risings. The 9th house, your father's teachings. Their father's a Virgo. So it's very literal. You can see this through charts and family. You guys, I'm telling you, please reach out, take advantage, get a chart reading for your children. It will literally make you a better parent. When you understand your child's charts, number one, your sun and moon, you see how they perceive you and your spouse. It's really, really powerful. But yeah, the 9th house is your father's teachings. You know, so for the Cap risings having Virgo there, you may have a Virgo father, you may not. But in my twins' case, it's literal. You know, and the sun in the 8th house. So the father teaches them, but he teaches them what? About the truth of the world, society, and occult knowledge. 8th house sons. right? So, I mean, it nonstop. It's so deep how things are connected. But the last thing I'll say, Virgos, they can go into also just like the Libra rising and the Peace Corps and stuff like too, Capricorn risings. Because Virgo in the ninth house, you may go 50 miles or further from home to foreign lands to be of service to people. You know, not habitat for humanity. Job Corps, Peace Corps is another one. Where people would go and volunteer and go to help with water and wells and just all different things. There's so many, but yeah. So, you know, that's Virgo in the ninth house, but you could definitely be someone that you could have serious debates with your college professors. You could definitely be caught up in higher education, get your master's, your doctorate, PhD, the whole nine, right? So Aquarius risings, and make sure you guys let me know what house your Virgo's in. I know we got some third and sixth house people, but anybody so far, 12, 11, 10, 9? You see anything in the chat? Let me know.
Let's see what we're talking about here.
We're going to get to Aquarius risings.
Sandra at Peace, she said she emailed the address to us for the book, and she got the book. Thank you so much, Sandra at Peace. And Watkins, she's a Capricorn rising.
Okay, so ninth house. You could be very analytical and critical about your father's teachings and about, you know, beliefs and philosophies.
Sandra at Peace, I think I'm in the fifth house because I'm a Gemini sun, Gemini rising.
No, we just talked about that. Virgo's in the fourth house. Remember? Gemini.
She might have wrote that before.
Yeah. Fifth house is Libra. Fourth house, Virgo.
And then we have Marco MM.11.
Oh, I like that. Marco Polo. What's up, Marco? Welcome. Please hit subscribe.
I'm way
Welcome.
behind on the live,
Okay.
but I'm catching up now. I'm a Virgo Jupiter seventh house.
Oh, you're not behind. We didn't get there yet. So you're good.
And let's see.
Pisces rising.
Lily Betts, Heaven on Earth. Ooh, I like your name. She's been here before.
Lily Betts, welcome back.
And
where's your Virgo at?
Uranus is currently on my midheaven, but will be my Uranus opposition in a couple of years.
Really? Okay, so Uranus, your midheaven in the 10th house. Okay, so yeah, so then you
don't say it with such.
Well, no. I'm just saying she's a Virgo rising, right? Mm-hmm. So Uranus in the 10th house can be a lot of changes in the career. When you go out for walks or you're going to work and coming home, you want to definitely focus on your breath. You can deal with a lot of stress and anxiety, especially with this Pisces partial lunar eclipse. You should come to Coffee Talk Saturday, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Eastern. 75 minutes, only $15. BigEAstrology.com. It's going to be really good, but this is going to affect you a lot. You're mutable, you know, because it's a mutable T-square. Uranus is squaring the Virgo sun and moon. And we got a yod, and we got a partial lunar eclipse. This is an intense one, Lucy. So I'm going to break it down on Saturday morning, baby. You better come for $15. It's muy bueno. Mucho bueno. So, yeah. So the Aquarius risings. So for the Aquarius risings, Virgo in the 8th house. So what's the 8th house? Power, control, sex, abuse, manipulation, your spouse's resources, other people's money, inheritance, death, taxes, the letter boys, FBI, CIA, IRS, the esoteric occult knowledge, magic, right? Also, so gematria, numerology, human design, soul contracts, all that, Santeria, Brujeria, the Yoruba. 8th house, what's hidden underground, right? So it's not just the letter boys, IRS, FBI, CIA. What's underground is the gems, not gold. That's 11th house. We already talked about that. But gems, minerals, crystals, and herbs. So for Aquarius risings, they could be all into being an herbalist because you got Virgo in the 8th, right? And you can be cool, calm, and collected under pressure too, right? Virgo is calm under pressure. What stresses them out is their overthinking. Virgos stress themselves out, not other people stressing them out. Virgos, we're our own worst enemy. So when Virgo's in 8th house, you can really become a powerful herbalist. You need to connect to nature. You need to get with the sea moss, the burdock root, the, spirulina, ashwagandha, the whole nine. Okay, you want to know the herbs, Aquarius risings, right? And this lunar eclipse is deep. This is on your money and resources access, 2nd, 12th house, 2nd, 8th house. Okay. So, any Aquarius risings here or watching on the replay, with the Virgo there, you're someone, though, that, just so you know, Aquarius risings, Virgo, sun, moon, rising people can be physically or sexually attracted to you. Doesn't matter your signs. Okay. So just know that Virgos could be checking you out. Okay. And it doesn't have to be a sun. It could be a moon or rising. Okay. So Pisces rising. So our friend that said they were late, Pisces risings, I salute you. Got mad love for you because my mom was a Pisces rising and I married a Pisces wife. Very connected to Pisces, right? My cousin, who's like my sister, she's my younger cousin, she's a Pisces. Like, I'm connected to Pisces. I do Pisces. And my mom was a Pisces moon too, so I really understand that energy. So with Pisces risings, like Michelo Jackson, Virgo in the 7th house, you remember the 7th house is the descendant when the sun is setting. Oh, and sorry, with the 8th house, 9th house is hips, thighs, and liver. The 10th house for the Sag rising is the spine, knees, skin for eczema, and the fingernails. And then the 8th house, the elimination organs, sexual organs, but we're also dealing with the ovaries and the colon. Okay. So definitely want to have those herbs and fruits and veggies, right? Virgo's connected to the earth, right? The wheat and the medicine, Virgo the virgin. And it's not virgin like a virgin, like it's like a maiden. It's like, it's not just the purity, although Virgos are very connected to cleanliness and purity, even though we can be very messy. We like things clean, but we can have an organized mess, right? Because really the thing about Virgo, everything has to be organized in here, right? But, so with the 7th house, we're talking about the fallopian tubes, kidneys, lower back, and the buttocks. So that 7th house is important because you're dealing with contracts, negotiations. It's you in relation to the other half of the Pisces risings. It's the scales of justice for the courthouse. We can see the open enemies. We know them coming. Or it's the scales of the marketplace where we go shopping, measure our rice, beans, and meat. It's the kitchen. It's fame. Fame. I want to live forever. Right? The 7th house is also the maternal grandmother, the second child, and the skills of the first child. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier, right? So, and it's important for the Pisces risings because they wear the rose-colored glasses to really tap in to the what do you call it? They got to really tap into the 7th house of the Virgo, so they can analyze and assess and see the other half, because the 7th house is relationships, business partnerships, and marriage. With the Pisces risings, they can be duped. My mom dealt with a lot of deception in her life, and that Virgo in the 7th house, you need to tap into that. That's a challenge and something that Pisces risings always look at your opposite sign and opposite house. Whatever sign you are, you're going to have traits of the opposite sign. So I have Pisces traits. She has Virgo traits. That's how it works. Okay. So with Virgo in the 7th too, definitely fruits and veggies in the kitchen. You can be very analytical and critical in the kitchen, very detailed, right? You make the design of the kitchen, different things, but you could literally marry a Virgo sun, moon, rising, Pisces risings. Okay. And my mom married an Aries, and then she married a Virgo, and then she never got married a 3rd time, but she did date a Virgo too. So I think that's kind of interesting when I think back on that. So Aries risings. So we got Phoenix here. So with the Virgo in the 6th house, right? It's like kind of like at home sweet home. Remember the signs in the houses are not exactly the same, but it's associated with. The 6th house is what? You got to go to work now. Hit an alarm clock. Get to work on time. It's your work, your daily routine, coworkers, bosses. It's your health, your hygiene, sickness, illnesses, your service to humanity. It's small pets. It's your mother's siblings, aunt and uncle from the mother's side. So when you have Virgo in the 6th house, and this is can be like some people call this the house of champions for Aries risings, like Virgo in the 6th. This is where you sharpen up your teeth. You got to get in there and just handle things, and that's what Virgo does at work. Virgo is about analyzing, assessing, fixing things, making things better. Everybody needs a Virgo in their life because Virgos will be the best support and best cheerleader. Virgos, they're not selfish. They want to see you succeed. Okay. So that's why it's really good to, work with a Virgo astrologer, because I'm going to do the best reading I possibly can for you. Right. Scorpio rising is going to get to the truth. The Capricorn moon is going to work hard, and the Virgo sun, Mercury, all the other stuff is going to be so detailed and precise and make it so nice. Okay. So, for Phoenix and any other Aries risings, you're going to be pretty particular about what your small, large intestine, pancreas, digestion, definitely more fruits, increase the fruit, the H3O, proper digestion, hydration. But for your daily routine and work, you're going to analyze and assess everything. You're going to peep everything. You peep the coworkers, you peep the health. Maybe you may adopt a dog or a cat or a pet. Remember, Aries rising is one of the most rare. Aries and Pisces are the two most rare rising signs, and Aries is the most authentic rising sign. Okay, Aries are just like, blah, here I am, right? So yeah, that Virgo 6th house is really interesting, but sometimes Aries risings can have issues with the digestion. Okay, and Aries risings definitely got to spend that time in nature, right? You got Earth signs in the money houses. Right. So you like to manifest and bring things into physical reality. All right. So now Taurus risings. Oh, she's one. All right. Got a lot of clients and tribe members with Taurus risings. So when you have Virgo in the 5th house, right, it is children, hobbies, high school, college years. Right. We study ancient history. It's past life karma. Okay. So Virgo. Right. So we were connected in a past life because we had a Akasha Records reading. Right. So it's kind of funny. And the 5th house, high school, college years, it's also your dating, romance, fun, sex. It's gambling, lottery, fantasy sports. It's entertainment, going out on dates, to the movies, to the theater, to a play. Right. It's speculative gains, not guaranteed money. Oh, mommy, I want to be a singer or an actress. I want to be a rapper. Right. So, it's Shopify, Etsy, eBay, right? So Virgo, think of it, service to humanity, right? So for Taurus risings, like she literally, her first child is a Virgo. Okay. So that's right there, Virgo. Then you can see where, we joke about it, right? I'm her longest boyfriend. So she's been dating me for 19 years. Right, we're married for 18, but she's been dating me for 19 years. It's kind of cool, right?
It is pretty cool.
So, and then also the 5th house, speculative gain, starting your own business. Well, she started multiple, and she was very precise and detailed with it, but also what? Nature, right? From the the plants, you have patience, sabale, patience for the plants to grow, but her stuff was compostable, recyclable, sabale pure. That's very Virgo. Right? The herbs, the natural things. So, when you have Virgo in the 5th house, though, you could be very good. And she's pretty good at like board games. Like she gets competitive. Virgos can be pretty competitive. But she also will analyze and assess music. Sometimes we'll be in the car and the old songs will come on. And honestly, I trip out because like I have a great memory, but her Pisces Mercury, she remembers the lyrics to songs way better than I do. Like she will like not forget any like lyric or any word. Like it's crazy. Like she's so precise and detailed.
Most of the time.
No, you're really good. Listen, I'm giving you that love and credit. You got to take it because it's true. You know what I mean? I don't lie. I analyze and assess, and I give you the truth. Right? She's like, I mean, and I'm talking even some hip hop songs. Like I may know like 95% of it, and she knows like 99 of it. If it's real like underground East Coast, then I beat her out. But just in general, she'll remember like the boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, oh my God, look at her. It's one thing that I really like about her. I find it very sexy. So it's really cool. So before we get to the Gemini risings, let's get back to the chat and anybody share, any of the Virgo houses we touched on, any questions or comments about it.
Our friend Janice is here.
Oh my goodness. Janice, the book and cards out.
Yes.
BigEAstro.com. We're so excited.
And you know what? I have been ordering these herbs for our meeting, and they're not arriving. So I think I'm going to have to go take a little field trip to the herb shop and pick them up in real time. So, but I'm excited
Friday night.
to like
And we're gonna
share all the
send out the Zoom link tomorrow.
and the different things with you and everybody else on Friday. And Janice said she's a Pisces rising, Virgo in the 7th.
Yeah, we just did that one. So hopefully you heard it. Yeah.
And yeah, I think she was here, definitely. And then let me see. Phoenix had asked about the pricing. So just again, really quickly, $29.95 for the book, $32.95 for the card deck, combined $55.55. But right now, through the pre-sale, $5 off each of those prices, plus shipping is included. That's why it took us a little while, because I needed to like get everything situated. I needed to get the boxes, all the things.
But this discount is only until probably
the $5 discount will go away as soon as
we get the rest of the orders
arrives.
But so you can pre-order now.
For the pre-sale, our goal is to get as many of these sold before they even make it here.
You guys are gonna love it. And that's a great combo. $50, 55 cents.
Honestly, I promise you,
you're gonna love it.
You will not be disappointed. I promise. Like, when you guys get these books and you hold it, you're gonna be like, I see.
189 pages of love and knowledge.
Trust me, we did not cheap out on these books at all. And our goal is not to overprice them, because we want to put this knowledge into people's hands. Stevie's here. He says Stevie's in the house.
Did you put Tubby in?
Yes.
And the cards, you guys, think about it. You know how you have Oracle and Tarot cards? These are not really out in the market. We couldn't really find any astrology. Like, you can literally have your chart in your hand. You can lay it out on your kitchen table, your bed, the floor, the sofa, and put all the cards out in your chart with all the meanings and definitions on the card. It's really cool. You know what I mean? Like, for me, in my first house, I could have the Scorpio, the Venus, the Jupiter, the Neptune, and the first house, and have it in my hand and just sit here and just share it with you or read it. Like, oh, this is me. Here, read that. Oh, there you go. That's me. So it's freaking awesome. And the cards are good.
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly,
take out a card, show them a card.
I don't do things halfway. Anybody who's followed me, I mean, for people who've known me going back to my Quench Naturel days and my Q24 days when I was designing that line, you guys know I didn't cheap out then. Sabale was made at a particular standard, and I have the ability to make really great products. And let me tell you,
that's why you want to get with high frequency entrepreneurs.
This is like a serious card here, folks. This is one of the instruction cards. It has different tells you how to use the cards and different things. These are the cards themselves. They are really, really cool.
So you have all the signs, all the planets, all the houses, chart ruler, the aspects. Like,
the back of
you
the
could
cards,
really do your whole chart.
You've got the aspects, you've got planets, houses. I feel like, is that it? And signs.
Yeah.
You've got signs.
Signs, planets. Yeah, so there's signs, planets, houses, the chart ruler. It's so cool. Aspects.
And one of the things that for me, when I was making the book up and doing this, coming from where I am, I started thinking, when you're trying to put together the stories of astrology, there's so many layers. You've got your sign and you go, oh, I know all that. Oh, well, wait, that sign when it's in the second house is different than when it's in the fourth house. So I was like, well, how do I remember everything about the sign? And then I have to now tweak it because it's in this house. How do I remember those things? And then, you go on, and are there planets? That's going to tweak things. Is there, an aspect of, is there an aspect that's going to tweak things? So this really allows you to put everything that you're going to be bringing into your story as you're building your placement story into your hand, so you can see it.
I would say it's nice to purchase both, because the cards kind of go along with the book in terms of as you're learning through the book, you can start to lay your chart out with the cards right in front of you. So it's really great. And guess what, Janice? I was on one last time. This Pisces partial lunar eclipse, I better see every tribe member, and y'all watching, you need $15. Come on. Listen, you guys, I keep the prices so low so you can come. Coffee Talk is either $25 or $15. The mini one, it's only $15. Oh my God. And I already picked September. Did you guys know Fred Hampton's a Virgo? You can't make that up. Fred Hampton and Amy Winehouse. That's going to be the first one on the Saturday. And then, but that's going to be the third Saturday. So not the 12th. I think it's the 19th. But then I'm going to be doing the mini Coffee Talk, Kobe Bean Bryant. I've waited too long. It's time. So, you know what I mean? So we're going to get Fred Hampton, Amy Winehouse, and Kobe Bean Bryant, all the Virgos. Because, you know, I haven't been able to do like celebrity or famous or political charts because we've had all these transits and everything. But now we're going to have some fun learning about some fascinating people. And I think those are three heavy hitters. Fred Hampton, if you don't know, right, part of the Black Panthers. But they took him out early because he was uniting the poor whites, Latinos, and blacks in a deep way. And the government took him out. Like in a real crude, nasty, evil way. Amy Winehouse, she was talented and deep and knew what was up. And, you know, whatever, we'll talk about that. We'll see in the chart, right? And then, you know, come on, Kobe. Whether you think he's top 5, top 10, top 3, one of the greatest players of all time, one of the greatest champions and winners, but he was definitely a real, true Virgo. I think if I remember correctly, he may be 0 degrees Virgo. You know, him and Dave Chappelle both like that 22nd, 23rd. You know, they're right there. And remember, Virgo season starts just this week, Saturday. So when I see you Sunday night, we'll be in Virgo season. But I think it starts in the afternoon of the 22nd, and then so it'll be after Coffee Talk, and then Sunday will be the first official day of Virgo season. Okay, so let's get back to any other comments for the houses, Virgo houses, anything?
I don't know, but let's see now. We've got it's Jay Smith here. It's Jay that Smith. Jay Smith here.
What up,
Jay Smooth in the building, Virgo Rising Gang.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so good to see you.
We broke you down first early, so go watch that.
Then
thank you for coming, my brother.
Thank you. It's good to see you. Thank you. And then Stephen the Jupiterian said Sagittarius rising Virgo in the 10th house.
Yeah, we talked about that one, yeah.
And Phoenix says, I desire to know all the alternative remedies to heal the body that can work with pharma meds to help get off them, sending to Cash App now.
See, and that's beautiful, and that's part of your Virgo 6th house. Yeah, you don't want the medicine. You want nature. You want like Gaia, Mother Earth, exactly, the herbs.
And the thing is that so many of these remedies are easy. They just take a little bit more time. You know, you have to make them. They take time to set up, but they're wonderful. And we have become so impatient.
And just so you know, we're going to take the orders in order of when they were received, because we will have more books, but the cards are going to be running out pretty quickly because we already had a couple orders this morning. And then now we have Evelyn and Phoenix and somebody else.
Sandra.
So that's right there. That's
Ellen
5.
Michael.
Yeah, no, I already counted them.
Okay.
So that's 2.
You know,
3,
so we only
4.
have so many physical books right now.
The cards. So some of you guys will get
all pre-sale orders, even if you're able to get a few of these copies that we have, because we have very limited.
We have more books than cards right now.
You will get an additional $5 off for the pre-sale until those books arrive. So do move. We promise you they're on their way. But make sure if you want that extra money off that you order now. Yeah,
because once they come, we're going to put it back to the $32.95 and the $29.95. Okay. So, but Gemini rising. So this is you, Sandra. Virgo in the 4th house. So,
yay!
Who's that?
Phoenix just got her bundle. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now make sure you email me your address, Phoenix.
Yes.
Eric at BigEAstro.
Emailing address. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, if you can do Cash App or PayPal as a friend, we don't get the fees. If you need to use a credit card, totally get that. It is on the website. And on the website, it'll walk you through a form to fill out. So you'll give your address there. Yeah. Janice, let me see. Baby Ruby's first birthday party is Saturday at noon. I'm co-hosting.
So gonna miss it. Okay. Well, you'll get the replay, Janice.
No. Well,
That's
yeah,
so
you'll
great.
get the
Well, happy
replay.
birthday
I
to
was
baby
so looking
Rudy.
forward to your knowledge, but I totally get
No,
it.
that's Saturday.
I know, but she's going to be in Southern California.
Oh, will you come to the
So
tribe meeting
she's
Friday?
co-hosting. She's probably
Oh,
gonna
you're probably gonna
not
miss Friday
be
too. Okay,
but that's a way
that's
cooler
okay.
thing
Yeah,
to do.
gotta be with your
I'm
grandbaby.
excited for you.
Very happy for you,
And
Janice. But we
yeah.
will miss you Friday night and Saturday. So, okay, now you can turn it back. I'm getting hot. So, okay, so Sandra, Gemini risings, Virgo in the fourth house. Your mom could have been a little nitpicky and critical, always pointing the finger at you. Sandra, line up your shoes. Michael this, Stephen that, Jennifer this, right? You know, there's the finger pointing at you for Gemini risings. They can feel a lot of pressure from their mothers to kind of like be perfect or to like do things, you know, make up your bed, right? You know, and that's hard, right? Because, that's really like, we have a son with that, and he definitely feels that from his mother, so, but with Virgo in the fourth house, remember, it's your mother, your roots, your ancestors, your lineage, your emotional mind. So Gemini risings, they need to connect and ground in earth and nature. But sometimes they don't do that enough, right? And you got Virgo in the fourth house, but that's their emotional mind. So they could be extremely self-critical, right? That's the hard thing, to have the Virgo in the fourth house. You got mom pointing the finger at you, but then you point the finger at yourself. So I don't know how your mom was, Sandra, but, and it doesn't mean that mom doesn't love you and she's not a great mom. It just means it's just like, do this, do that, it's a lot, right? That's the Virgo energy in the fourth. But you can be someone that you could, your spouse can have a Virgo type career, right? Because remember, the fourth house is your spouse's career. It's also the middle school years, your comforts and conveniences. In transit, we can see the end of the father's life in the eighth, end of the mother in the fourth, the end of your own in the 12th. So, but that fourth house is also the, people that would come into your home growing up. It's the childhood home, adult home, and retirement home. But, a lot of Gemini risings, they, could definitely benefit from having a garden, or definitely grounding and earthing and finding emotional and mental peace in nature, communing with the trees. And then that's where Sandra's at peace in nature, right? That makes sense. Okay, so now Cancer rising, it's Ev's turn. So the third house, right? When you're Cancer rising, that third house, sometimes you could be a little analytical and critical of your cousins or your neighbors or your younger siblings. The third house is all those, but it's also reading, writing, learning, education, elementary school. Sorry, fourth house, fifth house, heart and back. Okay, so she's got a Virgo heart and back, and her heart, Virgo, is me. Her heart is for the Virgo husband. See,
I'm very blessed.
So, but the fourth house is the chest, breast, and stomach. So Gemini risings, they actually they got to eat more fruit. Trying to tell our son about that. He's all into the protein and muscles, but fruits and veggies, but especially the fruit. Okay. And then the third house, Ev, and all the Cancer risings, hands, shoulders, knees, and toes. No, but it's hands, wrists, shoulders, fingers, your ears, and your lungs. So going for walks in nature can be very good for Cancer risings. The Virgo here, your mind, elementary school, you could have been really on it, Ev, right? Just like always, no one was, it could have been a teacher's pet, like telling the teachers, teacher, that's not right up on the board. You wrote an S, but you're supposed to write a D. The teacher's like, what? I'm like, oh, thank you, right? But even how you corrected us tonight, right? You caught that, but that's
thank you. I appreciate that.
That is the Virgo.
You
That's Virgo third house, right? You can see the details. You analyze and assess. That's part of your skills. So you're very skilled at that. Your hands, right? You could be, Cancer risings could be good with Reiki, or even like how Ev does, foresting or connecting in nature or writing, right? But even being someone who's very detailed or precise on social media. You just got to watch being overly critical of the neighbors, younger siblings, and cousins, and the adult relationship with mom. That's the third house. Third house is local trips, 50 miles closer to home. It's also the vehicles they travel in: car, bus, Uber, Lyft, train, moped, Mutt and Jeff. Mutt and Jeff were my best friends for 41 years, right? 40 years. So, you know, that's Virgo is someone that really in their local community, they won't miss a thing. And I'm sure if you got your neighbors on peep, you're like, okay, I see this one. Yeah, watch them. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh no, she plays her music real loud. Like Virgo, Virgos don't miss nothing, y'all. And listen, the funny thing is, Virgos will be laying in the cut, and you may think they're not paying attention or don't know what's going on. Don't play yourself. The intuition, because remember, Virgo rules the gut, the stomach. And so there's more nerves in your stomach than, you know, pretty much anywhere else in the body except for the brain. Virgo is always pulling in information. That's why they're so intuitive. Virgo moon is the most intuitive sign. But Virgo sun signs are very intuitive. So the risings. So, you know, that's something for Cancer risings. They really like, and they could be very good writers. And, you know, the thing is, they got to watch the anxiety and the stress. They can overanalyze and assess and just get, you know, stress in their, you know, their hands, and they could shake or have nervous issues. That's something that you definitely got to watch out for. But, you know, you also got to get ready for this eclipse, that ninth house. You know, there's something about a trip or, you know, some chapter ending or ending around the beliefs or the ninth house type stuff. So Leo risings. Leo risings, you know, this is your glow up year with Jupiter on the ascendant, but the South Node there, a lot of love. Virgo second house, your speech, your toddler years, Google Gaga, food, speech, your family savings, assets, values. Leo risings, they may have family, their parents could be very practical, right? They like, no, we don't spend for that. Here's the story. My father was a Leo rising. What sparked him to get his own shoe shine business and then make enough money to move to New York? His dad came home with some shirts, and you know, my dad had three brothers, and my dad was like, "Oh, you know, is this my shirt? This and that." He's like, "No, you got to share the shirts with your brother." My dad was pissed. He was like, "I got to share the shirts with my brothers." You know what I mean? Like, so he was like, "Man, listen, I'm gonna go start my own business." He started a shoe shine business, made enough money when he graduated high school, moved up to New York. You know, that's that Tampa hustle. So, you know, but that's Leo rising. Virgo second house. They know how to make money, Leo risings. They know how to analyze and assess. They're very intuitive. It's their five senses. It's things you may collect. It's earning money. It's money itself. Possessions, your values, your self-worth. So Leo rising can be very self-critical, but their speech can be just very detailed and precise, right? They're going to know numbers and accounting. My father, brilliant with numbers, you know, so that's the Leo rising way. Okay. And, you know, they're like mathematicians. And with the Virgo in the second house, they got to make sure they eat enough, you know, fruits and veggies too, right? The speech, sometimes they could, you know, be a little tough and critical of others. You know, I think I told you all the story before. See, my father was a gentleman and a gangster. This man told me, I met this man one time and he told me straight up, he goes, your father, he just slapped a man in his face because he cursed in front of a woman. That's the type of man my father was. He did not play that. You don't disrespect ladies. He was very classy. He used to pay people's rent. He used to, you know, pass out turkeys and hams for Thanksgiving and Christmas, feed half of Harlem. That was my dad, William Taylor. Okay. So, you know, it's very, you know, Virgo second house, they are someone, and they know like their possessions, their value, like what to spend money on. My father said, you never pay full price for nothing. See, that's Virgo second house. Never pay full price. You save your money till you have enough money to get it, but you don't pay full price. You don't do credit. You pay in cash. You just buy what you want. Okay. But it's just that those details, they analyze and assess, you know what I mean? They peep things out. So really interesting. And then we ended up and started with the Virgo rising. So this is Virgo in all 12 houses. So just to kind of just end it back at the beginning for those who came late with the Virgo risings, you know, you really must, and any place you guys where you have Virgo, you just have to watch how your self-talk, right? That's why I say be maniacal, intentional with the positive self-talk and affirmations, getting in the mirror. This is crucial for Virgo energy. Virgos really have got to let that. I've gotten so much better. I feel like a recovering Virgo. and I love being a Virgo, but it's just that, it's the most common sun sign, the most common birthday. Thank you to Baba Lloyd, is September 9th, okay, which is our oldest son's birthday. There's more people born on September 9th than anybody else up in the world. Okay. And I think Mother Mary was like the 8th. And Yeshua, September 11th, 9/11. You better ask somebody. Pay attention. So, any questions about the Virgo energy and any Virgo houses? And my friend, is my friend still here from the beginning with the Venus and Mars and Virgo? I think it was on the ascendant. Now, just remember with Venus and Virgo, it's very tough. You don't want to be nitpicky and self-critical. It's in its planetary fall in a relationship, right? Your love language needs to be of service to your partner. You should know how they like their coffee, their tea, their pasta, their hamburger, medium well with like a little slice of tomato and a sliced avocado and a little drizzle of some, sauce. Like that's Virgo in a relationship, right? The best gift giver. If you're sitting there just nitpicking and being critical of your partner, Venus Virgo, you're going to be divorced or not, or all alone. Nobody wants that. So that's a challenge for Venus Virgo. But Venus Virgo, even though I'm not a big fan of hers, they're very precise with their style. Venus, fashion, clothing. Kim Kardashian, very fashionable and stylish, right? They're going to be very precise. You're going to notice the belt matches the shoes and the purse, right? Venus Virgo, the tie and the lapel and the cufflinks. That's Venus Virgo. It's just like on point. Okay. And Mars Virgo, I have that. It's very heavy mental, right? That's what had me doing sports radio. I had 3 different sports radio shows. Mars Virgo, right? Analyzing and assessing, talking about sports, 11th house over the internet. And CBS Sports offered me and my buddy a deal, but it was in Arkansas. And my wife and his wife, they were not moving to Arkansas. So we had to say, no, thank you.
Make it all about me taking away from your dreams.
Whoa, wait. You was not going to want to move to no Arkansas. And plus, it was, a starter show, so it wouldn't even be financially worth it. But we did say, hey, we appreciate it. If you got anything in New York, LA, or Arizona, we're here. But Arkansas, no, we can't do that. But it's hard. But that's how good my sports radio show was. Like, she'll tell you, we were killing it. We were interviewing, like, I had Hall of Famers on my show. Eric Dickerson. We had Randall Cunningham, John Sally, Trent Tucker, all the sports broadcasters. Seth Davis, Charles Davis. We had Bob Brenly, Adam Archuleta. We had Al Troutwig, rest in peace, who used to cover the Olympics and the Knicks. I mean, just all types of journalists, documentary reporters. Like, the hard thing was for us, because neither one of us was a former sports reporter or athlete, we couldn't get the current players. That was hard to get. We interviewed Wesley Walker, Burgess Owen. I mean, it's great. And what's so crazy, my buddy and I interviewed Trent Tucker for the Knicks, and we were at the game, MLK Day, when the NBA changed the rule that you could catch a ball and shoot it, and they timed it. It's 0.03 seconds to catch and release. Well, he caught it and released and shot, and the Knicks won, but it was only 0.01. So that changed the rules, and we were at that game, and then we talked to him and had him on a podcast, and it was a full circle moment. We got to interview him. We had David Wells, an anniversary of his perfect game for the Yankee. We just had fun. But that's Mars and Virgo, but that's what helps me to break down the birth chart. Mars and Virgo is heavy mental. Remember, Mars is your willpower, your drive, logistics, problem solving, physics. It's cats, meow. It's property, land. Mars is the soldier, the warrior. It's how you get out of bed, right? If the sun says, I want a big piece of chicken, Mars is like, okay, boss, I'll go get it. Jupiter, though, is the general. Mars is the soldier, the warrior. Jupiter is the general. Bet you didn't know that. But this is what happens when you come to BigEAstrology and you read star signs and rhyme lines. Capiche? And low-key, Virgo is really like the 4th air sign. It's not Taurus, Venus, or Saturn, Capricorn. It's Earth that's in the air. Virgo, Mercury. You see the difference? All right, so any questions before we wind down? And thank you, everybody that's already ordered the book.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Really
we're so excited.
For that.
Yeah.
Every single thing we're just thankful for. Janice will be there on Friday.
Oh, see, I had
I'm
a
so happy.
feeling.
I thought she was, but I mean, I would have bowed down to a granddaughter, and I love that
Yes.
name, Ruby. What a beautiful name.
Aw.
And then Tamara, Sandra at P said that was her mom. She loves nature and sometimes overcritical on herself.
Yeah, we got to be kind to
Sandra.
yourself, Sandra. You're amazing, my
And
friend.
Tamara Brown said, yes, Cancer rising here. And when I was 5 years old, I kept the school open based on my reading skills.
Look at that.
Pretty impressive.
Cancer rising is very smart. Virgo third house. Yeah. You see how that works, you got? Isn't it crazy? And doesn't it just trip you out how people will hate on and diss or dismiss astrology? But what's so sad is that they're talking about something that they don't even have knowledge of. They'll just base it off the magazines and this and that. And remember, I told you the newspapers and the magazines throw it off and make you feel like it's pop astrology, because when you read, oh, you're reading about Virgo, it may not resonate because you may be the Cancer rising. You should be, when they break it down in the magazines or the newspapers, they're talking about the ascendant, but they don't tell you that. So you'd look at that Virgo, when you were Cancer rising, you should be looking at Cancer. So that's just kind of a disservice, but that's because the powers that be, they know the truth. They don't want you to know it. Remember the ancients, right? The Dogon tribe in Mali, Africa, it was for survival. They're looking at eclipses. Everything is looking up at the sky, right? The Bible is a farmer's almanac. It's a survival guide. They literally were like, okay, if this goes here, this is when we get the tides, and then we can plant our crops and grow. Astrology was survival. Like, it's really like, it's just so crazy, from looking at the sun to Saturn. They knew from years and years of research and just looking up and studying how things would affect them, because the planets emit energy, frequency, and vibration. Our universe is energy, frequency, vibration. We are electromagnetic beings charged by the sun. We have water, right? That connects to the electricity. We're 3/4 water. The Earth's 3/4 water. Hope I get you ready for the new world order. You understand?
And once again, our group is talking to each other.
I love it.
Stephen and Tamara are vibing. Evelyn is saying that she's neighbors with somebody in here.
I want to meet Tamara. Tamara, you got to join our tribe.
Phoenix is asking, please repeat Virgo in the 6th house with Pluto North Node. Thank you.
Oh, the Pluto. I mean, well, the Pluto, there could be a lot. Pluto's virus. So you got to watch that. And really, it's through your work and daily routine that you can go through a lot of transformation and transformations. You can deal with, part of your life lessons is to be of service to people. In the North Node, when you meet a Virgo, someone rising like me, that's God of the universe whispering in your ear, Phoenix, you're going the right way. Connect with BigEAstro Astrology. He's the best and he's amazing. So whenever you meet a Virgo, someone rising, it's like God of the universe just tapping you, letting you know they may not be in your life forever, but when you are with them or connecting or talking to them or learning from them, that's part of your mission, purpose, destiny, and assignment, And I don't know if you have any pets, but sometimes with the North Node, Pluto, you could have some like unusual, or like you could really, connect with pets. The South Node is dogs, but you got the North Node there. You know what I mean? But, Virgo, you're just here to be super logical, analytical, but of service to humanity. The Gen Xers, Pluto, Virgo, we really, we're different. You know what I mean? Think about what that brought in. Acupuncture, the Black Panthers, civil rights, labor unions, right? Anti-protests, the Vietnam War. That's all Pluto Virgo. Pluto Virgo was about bringing in health. Remember Jack LaLanne? If you look at the pictures of our parents and everybody in the 70s, everybody was in shape and skinny. Wasn't nobody fat. To see somebody fat in the 70s was like, shocking. You know what I mean? Like everybody was
it's very interesting. Yeah. And my heart just breaks because we go to places. We were at a pool. We were at a water park for the boys' birthday. And there were so many out of shape people, and it has become the accepted norm. And I am not saying that there isn't a place for, and there, and we were very harsh on people back Gen X, but this is based on the fact that our foods are being poisoned,
all the inflammation,
and that this is why these people are sick. This is not just a question of some people being overweight, and I want to see people healthy. Let me see now. So Paradox and Bedrock.
Ooh.
Kind of nice.
I like that name.
Everyone.
Welcome. Please subscribe.
Hey, to you too.
What house you got Virgo in?
And Phoenix said, I got to clear emails to send my address, working on it now. So she'll get that to us. Thank you very much, Phoenix. And Tamara said, yes, I will. And Paradox and Bedrocks is a Virgo rising in the house.
Okay, so we broke down the Virgo rising. I did it twice. So rewind. Well, you were probably here. You don't have to rewind, but I was talking about that. Just make sure you're kind to yourself. Retire from negative self-talk. You just went through the South Node there for 18 months. So hopefully you were purging, releasing, and detoxing some different things, and purifying your temple and your aura. Increase the fruit. It's H3. You guys, we should really be omnivores or fruitarians. You got to be careful with what we eat. We really do.
That H3O is really powerful in that I kind of went on this watermelon fast for like a couple weeks. I was eating watermelon. And when I
the best hydration
when I stopped for just like a day or two, I felt dehydrated.
When you were just drinking the regular water.
Yes. The type of dehydration that I got when I wasn't having the fruit is so deep. And so I just really have to say, we want to make sure we're bringing the fruit into our lives much more heavily. Phoenix said, my dad was an August 26th Virgo, 1918. Now in spirit with my mom and older siblings, I remember Jack LaLanne.
Yeah.
I remember Jack LaLanne too. And
that's wild.
Steven says, sure am different. Jack LaLanne and Jane Fonda workout video in
Yeah.
the 80s. I wore out that tape.
Oh my God.
And did you have your head?
Remember Richard Simmons with the headband? And now these Mandela effects, they try to act like he never wore a headband. Everybody knows Richard Simmons had the headband on, please. These Mandela effects will irritate you, get you angry.
It's a quote from Edward Abbey. Paradox and Bedrock said that.
Paradox.
And
that's cool.
I don't
like
get upset with the Mandela effects. I don't know. I think it's so weird. It's nothing to be angry about. It's
no, because I think it's a manipulation.
Possibly, but here's the thing: timelines, when they cross or condense, you're going to have certain things that are going to overlap. In some cases, it might make them go away. In some cases, it might add them. But, that's okay. Ooh, leg warmers. That's right, Stephen.
Oh, my God. But why? But my thing is, why would it be for like certain random songs or TV shows or different things?
Like if you have.
But not for like bigger things. Like, why wouldn't it be like changing addresses on buildings or different? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out.
But you don't know that it doesn't happen that way. I mean, if you have two dimensions, right? And I'm just always in my dimension and you're always in your dimension, there's certain things that we wouldn't even maybe talk about or notice until we get to talking. We're like, what do you mean it's this? And then I'd be like, whatever. And then we would both kind of be like, well, I guess whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of see it like, okay, we're going to get along just fine.
Yeah. I don't like it. It's annoying.
It's not annoying.
It's annoying to me.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just saying it. And then, our 17-year-old is always like, pisses me off. I'm like, oh my gosh, can we please stop? It's not that serious, but it's serious to him.
Yeah.
Let me see now. Yeah, that's it. We talked about leg warmers, which I love the leg warmers. Can I tell you, I want to put on some like leggings with some leg warmers.
That makes me think of
Richard Simmons surely did have
But that makes me think of what was the movie with the girl dancing?
Flashdance?
Flashdance, yes. That was a great movie. Remember Flashdance, you guys? So, you guys, this is fun. You know, it's a school night. We got to check on the kiddos, make sure everybody's had a little bit of food or something.
Yes, we do.
So, I love you guys.
So hard. They want to do all. I made a big old plate of vegetables with fennel and zucchini and avocado.
And I was loving it, but the kids don't want that.
The kids don't want that. And then they get mad and they think mom and dad suck. And I'm like, you know.
I will say this, our children are healthier than the majority of their friends because we don't purchase a lot of silliness. They get a lot of silliness outside the house. And as parents, you just can't control it. It's hard, right? You know, it used to be in the schools, their friends, all that stuff. But I will say that, we have stuck to our guns, but there are certain things where we're like, yeah, we're not going to tell them they can't eat meat because that's what they want. You know what I mean? But that's something that I think over time they will understand and learn from our modeling of, and don't get me wrong, every once in a blue moon we may have some meat, but overall Alana and I have went through a few years of being vegetarian and vegan and pescatarian and different things, and we're very open-minded and definitely not judgmental or critical of whatever you guys eat. It's whatever, but I just go by what happens, just like she does with her body, right? And my body. And that watermelon was a big thing for her because I remember when she stopped it and she felt like real sluggish. I find that
heavier foods are harder for me to digest, and I feel better when I'm lighter, digesting everything every day. On a different note, is anybody else exhausted?
Oh, the Neptune Aries
have been off the charts.
Yeah, Saturn. And
to the point that I'm not sleeping well. And this morning, my alarm went off at 5:30. And normally I'll be like, I'll get up in a couple minutes, and I turn off the thing.
She was snoring.
I went back to sleep and woke up at 6:27. I was like, what on
I'm
earth?
listening to her snore.
Oh, yes. And the dreams. And this is what's really crazy is I'm having the dreams, I'm reasoning in them, I'm thinking about them, I'm doing all this stuff. But then the moment I wake up, boom, just gone.
It's Saturn, Neptune, in the 12th house.
I'm so tired that I'm afraid to do the codes to help me remember the dreams, which does work.
She did it one night.
Then I'll be even more tired, which is ridiculous. And
I think everybody's dealing with it because we're in between eclipses. So if you notice, in between eclipses, they will do some wild stuff, as you guys know in the media, right? People passing away in between eclipses, right? But also just remember the energy is very intense. Remember I told you at the beginning of the show, Mercury trine Saturn. This is where you can implement your Aries and Leo house, maybe some rules or disciplines or different things for the children. Even your own automatic writing or starting new writing and journaling, a dream book, take advantage of today and tomorrow. And you still feel it a little bit on Thursday. Mercury trine Saturn. Today, it could have been challenging. The Scorpio moon was squaring Mercury and Jupiter. It could have been playing with your emotions, Lucy. Right?
So Janice said she loves the veggie plate. She's doing the same thing from her garden. And you know what's so funny? A couple years ago, the fennel, the bell pepper, and the yellow and green zucchini would have all come from my garden. Oh, and I would have thrown chard in there. And I used to have such a huge garden. I've got to get back into it. So everybody,
we're going to get it back in time.
Do the best you can. So for anybody who isn't at their garden space, no, it can come back. We'll talk about it. Maybe you and I will start our garden together. Tamara said, thank you. Have a lovely evening. Thank you for being here, Tamara. And then Sandra says she is so tired. Yes, I heard that.
A lot of people are tired.
Tamara said, yes, I was a bobblehead at work today. I know. And Sandra said, LOL. Yes, crazy dreams and pushing myself hard all day. Hello, it was I hear you. And then Stephen the Jupiterian said, I have been tired too. I took a nap yesterday at 4. Absolutely.
Wow.
And my dreams have been off the charts.
So let me give some people some remedies. Number one, we can all, with Neptune Aries, have a lot of sinus issues and fogginess, dizziness in the head. So we can put some essential oils in the pot and steam and breathe it in, right? I even have my little thing here that helped me. But also, you guys, we can definitely take more deep conscious breaths. Uranus and Gemini, like really breathe deep, or even, in 4, hold 4, exhale 4, but just really be aware, and get outside in nature. You got to get the light codes from the sun. We got literally about a month left of summer, coming up this weekend. We'll get to that point. We just got a month left.
We gotta get out.
You gotta get out there and get.
And
the
it's
light
hard
codes.
when it's 110. Like,
yeah, for us, it's
hide
criminal.
from the sun at this time. I'm like,
Yeah, I mean,
but
it's a trip when I'm out there meditating in 110 degrees, like I was today.
He will do it. I can't. I'm sorry.
very disciplined. That's that Virgo.
That
moon.
I get my meditations in at a different time. Also, what I find is the Hape, different versions of it, really help to drain my sinuses. So I have a mint Hape, which clears everything up. I have one with the bee pollen, and they also boost your immune system. Janice, I know you've done Hape before. I'm not sure where you are on it. If you enjoy doing it, don't, whatever. But it's amazing how many different types of Hape there are. I'm a Hape,
she's the Hape queen.
I am. It makes me happy. Last night I did Hape made from bee pollen, and something said, turn on a YouTube video that's playing the bees. And so I did the Hape, and I did it, and I quickly found the
and then you got the vibration and frequency.
And I got and when I tell you, my whole body was like, it was like the bee pollen Hape in there. But the second I turned on that bee sound, my body just went, it was like I totally responded. It was like bee recognized bee, baby. And I was being it in the meditation. Oh my God. Anyways.
No, but the beekeepers live longer than most people.
That vibration.
The frequency, the vibration of the bees.
My
very
mom
healing.
sent me a bunch of CDs of bees years ago, and I didn't get it, and I got rid of them. And now here I am, my older self, trying to reach back to my younger self and say, don't throw the bees.
But wait. But her husband tells her. Her husband tells her
like him
all
either.
the time.
Let me be real with you.
I know.
You were all on board to throw him out. So now he tries to rewrite history, honey.
No.
You were right there. Why is your mom sending us that? Throw that crap out.
In general, I tell her don't throw things out because you never know when you may want it or need it.
See, it's like this fine line because there's this thing that's called hoarders, and I don't.
Well, and you could be prone to it because you're a mom.
And so could you, because you're a Virgo.
Yes. But see, Virgos aren't hoarders.
Do you know how much stuff
we're just
I got rid of when I moved in with him?
We're not hoarders. Stop. Let me defend Virgos. We're not hoarders. We're sentimental.
He is. But some of his stuff is like, really? What?
But listen, I admit to it.
The shirt is hanging on by threads.
I tell her, right? I said, baby, I'm not good at throwing away stuff.
He is not.
Please help me. See, I'm honest. I admit to it. I'm not a hoarder because, I'm not like one of those people like, don't touch my stuff. I'm like, go ahead, throw it away. Like, I need your help. Throw it away. I don't have a problem.
And so, we. So we.
But I do have some pajama shirts that are older than my children.
There's a lot in this house that I'm trying to get rid of.
But I have some pajama shirts and old clothes.
He does.
Older than my children.
He has reasons for everything. Like, there's good reasons for everything that he saves, but sometimes it's like enough is enough.
When I got married to this chick, she came in and got rid of my VHS tapes. I had every I had every championship from college football, college basketball, World Series, NBA, and NFL from '86 all the way up to when I met her in 2006, right? 2007. And I had the Golden Globes, Oscars, Grammys, and one other. I had the old Cosby shows. Oh, my VHS collection was off the charts.
So let's step back into time. So we lived in New York City, and our space was a studio. It was large, but our bedroom area.
It was a one bedroom. Yeah,
no, that was not a one bedroom. I mean, here's the thing: we had space downstairs and whatnot. But I'm saying the area that we lived in was like, if you were to block it off, it would have been a studio apartment. Maybe it was big, but
not in New York. It'd be a giant studio.
It did not have a separate space for the bedroom. Anyways, he had a Murphy bed. So cute, Murphy beds.
It was the best.
on each side of the queen size bed, which we now have upgraded to a king size, so we don't even have to touch each other if we don't want to. And they had shelves on each side. He had cleared out one side of the shelves, so it had like 3 like doors that opened up, one where you could hang clothes and stuff you could put in. And he said, "Here's your space."
No, but I also moved stuff in the closet.
Across the country.
I also cleaned up stuff in the closet.
And he gave like, what? Oh no. And I'm looking and I said, are those a bunch of like VHS videos of what? I know that the VHS videos are not making me
listen.
Have to, I had downloaded.
I was Cro-Magnon man, and I had my man stuff and my man cave and all that, and I had to embrace my lady coming. Hello, my lady.
My lady.
Hello, my lady.
My lady. Oh my God, dude! Has anybody watched
we love it.
Love on the Spectrum?
It's so sweet.
Oh my God!
You guys gotta watch
this last season, and there's this Latino guy.
He's like, hello, my lady.
Oh, he's just the cutest, sweetest thing. And then he says to the girls when he meets them, "I love you, and I want to spend the rest of my life with you." And all basically, and the mom is like, he scared off one girl, and the mom was like, "Well, maybe next time you don't tell her that on the first date." It's
a great show. We'll touch your heart.
Like, it makes you so happy. If anybody wants to be happy, go look up Love on the Spectrum tonight and watch
or what
it.
Channel?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix, sorry.
Please go watch it. It's like such a great show. Thing.
And I taught that population, multiply severely disabled children, and it just
so good.
I got a big. We both got big hearts, but it touches your heart.
They also have Down for Love, which are the Down syndrome children. And they have Love on the Spectrum Down Under, which is like the Australia edition. Oh, honey, I watch any and every, I understood it, but I watch anything that's going to make me smile like that. So Stephen got out and took a walk in the fog today. Where exactly in San Francisco do you live? I used to live in San Francisco. My family
was
on
real.
Fillmore between Fell and Oak at the top of the hill for decades, from the 60s until we moved out in the 90s when our rent was tripled overnight. Let's see. Hape is powerful medicine. Yes, it is Paradox, and there's so many. I love it. But you have to really make sure you're getting it sourced in the right places. Yeah. And I am blessed.
If anybody's interested, we have great practitioners. We got
a practitioner that's able to get things directly.
And Sananga, I'm going to do Sananga tonight in my eyes.
Where it is. I've been doing the Sananga for the past, for a little bit now, 5-6 days, whatever. I don't know how long it's been. And then Janice said the Hape was a bit too much for her, but I do the tobacco. Yes, you do the tobacco patches, or is that the nicotine patches or tobacco patches?
Nicotine patches are amazing.
Yes. Ooh, the foot baths. What do you put in your foot bath? Is it just?
I want to ask you because I want to do that tonight. I was thinking about doing. Do you do the baking soda with hydrogen peroxide? Does that work? Because I had a little boo-boo on my toe, and I didn't know maybe I should do that. I did put castor oil on it.
Well, because he thinks he might have gotten a little.
I don't know if I got a cut
piece of glass or something,
but it hurts my big toe, the bottom part of the big
last toe. Time I got a little piece of glass and I put castor oil on it. It took 2 days. All of a sudden, this hard thing came up and a piece of glass, my finger was getting all fat and I was about to go to the doctor. It was swelling.
I feel like I got something in my big toe.
I put castor oil and a little piece of glass pushed out of my skin.
Wow.
And it within hours, the swelling went down. Everything was good, but I was
mine's
amazed.
Not swollen, right? My big toe's not swollen, but it definitely hurts. Know. Yeah, it hurts. So, anywho, enough of all that.
And then Phoenix says, I can grow veggies and herbs in containers, and you eat out of drink. Wait, we can grow herbs in containers. I think I'm going to start trying to do something like that. But one thing about here in Arizona. Our temperatures, there are people who grow, but it's a whole, when you start getting to 110, and I'm talking, I was spending money to shade them and to do this. And when you have weeks of every day,
we had the garden going, but it was 3 summers ago that it burnt. It was we had 2 weeks of 115.
Yeah.
It just destroyed it.
And then I tried to do it again the following year. and I had a couple weeks of 107 to 115 for like 2 weeks straight, and it killed everything. And I was just like, oh my God.
It's not easy being
Anyways,
breezy.
what she say? She says, we can grow veggies and herbs in containers. You eat out of, drink out of, food grade. Buy non-GMO seeds or organic seeds, yes, on your balconies, etc. Use your scraps to make compost and mix it. I have to get more into that. I will tell you, like,
oh no, we had great compost.
Services that do it. We have the compost. We were doing everything.
We had a great garden.
I fell off, and I think there's just so much on my plate.
Oh, we had these lemon cucumbers and the Armenian cucumbers. Those suckers.
And
yummy.
Steven said, wow, my partner allowed me to draw when I moved across country from New York to California. And then Twin Peaks yes, okay, I know the Twin Peaks. Are you by the tower? That was not far because we were a little bit walking distance from Market, and then you are down Market and up above over there. So I know exactly where you are.
She knows your hood, Stevie Weezy.
I do. Up from the Castro.
She knows your hood.
And let's see. Phoenix said, Robbie and Gary on YouTube will tell you how to grow from any food grade container, make compost, etc. Very good videos on growing your own.
Thank you.
I need to do more of that.
Phoenix.
And I've been thinking about even trying to do the hydroponics in the house and do more microgreens.
But you can grow microgreens just on the windowsill, yeah.
Right. And so things that I can grow inside of it.
Yeah.
But even certain things inside, we have a very dry climate. So you have to make sure that you're watering very frequently here in the desert.
Yeah.
The tower is right around the corner. Oh, God.
Wow.
You are on a cool hill, honey.
It's a science growing in Arizona.
I'm not mad at you.
It's definitely
very nice.
All right, you guys. So busy for the rest of the week. I will be back Sunday. Please, the moon tracking sale ends Friday night at midnight on the West Coast, from 209 down to 175. It's super important to learn about the moon, and you track it in your chart for one whole month. I break down the moon as it hits, your Virgo in the 3rd house, your Virgo in the 6th, your personal planets. And what's so great about it is that you get the recording, live Q&A, 90 minutes via Zoom, but you also get the videos of the moon in all 12 signs and all 12 houses. So you'll be like, oh, tomorrow the moon's going into Sagittarius. Let's say your Sagittarius is in the 3rd house. Well, you're going to watch moon in the 3rd house, moon in Sagittarius, and then you'll remember what we talked about, and then you'll be like, oh, this is how I am for 60 hours. This is one of my most favorite chart readings. I'm working with a client that booked it, took advantage of the sale on Friday. I highly recommend it, you guys. That's why, it's a good sale. What is that? $25 and $9, $34 sale. So take advantage of it. It ends Friday night, $175, the moon tracking service. Hopefully I see you. You join the tribe, and hopefully I see you for coffee talk. Okay, Saturday. Don't wait. Only $15. Pisces, partial lunar eclipse, 4 degrees, mutable T-square, a yod, finger of God, and we're talking about an eclipse. Mira, it's a lot of energy, Lucy. So you better come, okay? So I love you guys, and thank you for those who ordered the books and the cards, and you can still order, either one. I have the sale going until probably, we're expecting the 3rd week of September. So that's right around the equinox and Libra season. So don't wait. The time will go by, and we're just in gratitude. Star signs and rhyme lines, the cards, the book. It's amazing.
There's so much happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's so exciting, but it's like, oh
yeah, really busy.
So, but we are just thankful.
And I'll give you some updates on my documentary. But on August 27th, speaking of interdimensional, I have El Saramaga coming on. And we're going to talk about interdimensional. And this is breaking down near-death experiences and spiritual transformative experiences, our documentary film that probably is going to be a docuseries, maybe on Hulu, Prime, or Netflix. So, Jupiter, Leo, 10th house, your boy's making real moves this year. So stay tuned, baby. Okay? So we love you guys, and enjoy the rest of the week.
Yay.
Okay? The Scorpio moon early in the morning.
Aww.
It's going to square the nodes. So that could be a little challenging tomorrow, okay? But then we'll have Sagittarius moon Wednesday, Thursday into Friday, and then you have a Sag Cat Moon weekend. Okay, and I'll be back with the Astro Weather Friday. But
good night, y'all. And yes,
Peace.
Great gifts. They make great gifts. Think about
the astrology
Christmas,
cards.
birthdays,
Oh my God, can you imagine?
everything.
Yeah. These, I'm telling you, that's a really nice gift, the book or the cards. And what's nice, you guys, you got to realize the
and
book.
this is so different. Like, honestly, I don't.
Well, that's
when
what I was.
say
Wait. That's
this
what I was
is
about
different.
to. I was about to say. It is interwoven with hip hop culture, but in a very cool and fun and clever way. You'll learn more about hip hop as you're learning the astrology. It's super dope.
Yeah,
See?
I mean, I'm excited about it. It's so. Anyways, bye, guys.
Thanks for watching episode 493,
And-
Knowledge is Love Astrology Podcast, Virgo, through all 12 houses.
Thank you, Stephen, and enjoy your evening as well.
All right, see you Friday.